Hello everybody and welcome back to Chellington 17. Today is the final episode on Chellington 17. So what we need to do is harvest field number 1, which is our sugar beet field. We do have a very big machine for doing this with. We're very lucky and fortunate for this. The reason why we have it is because our neighbouring farmer is very friendly. He just said, give us a bit of money every hour, or just charge per hour, and make sure it's got a full tank of diesel by the time you've finished, and you can have it for as long as you want. So yeah, couldn't really refuse this offer. This beats using the trailed harvester. That would be very slow. So yeah, we need to get this done today. We're going to transfer the sugar beet which we harvest over to the next map, so none of it will be lost. We're not going to sell any today. I'm going to try and find a storage place for it. So yeah, let's just unfold this. It's a bit of a messy field, to be honest. The worker was turning around in the field, so it made it quite hard to keep it neat. But it gets neat going that way, so this should be good. We'll just wait for the harvester to unfold. So this is the Homer harvester. This is from the Homer DLC, which was actually paid content in Farming Simulator 15, but it is actually free in Farming Simulator 17, so you can download it from the Farming Simulator website. Definitely worth it. When I was planting these, somebody said you should get quite a good yield out of it, because we've put the fertiliser on. It's always a good idea, and yeah, as you can see, it is filling up fast. It's pretty good yield. The only thing I worry about is we need to put it onto a worker while we get the tractor, and it might crash. It's probably not very intelligent. I could take the headlands off first. I think I will do. Yeah, that would be the best idea. Turn the beacons off too. We don't need to have them on. Now let's just go for it. Let's get this really messy field harvested. The tractor we're going to use is the Massey Ferguson, obviously. It's not out of choice actually, it's just because that is the tractor which is attached to the trailer, so I can't see the point in faffing about taking the seed drill off the JCB and transferring it over, which keeps the Massey Ferguson attached. %25 already. That is good. It's a bit of a funny shaped field actually. It's a bad field to do. This would be better for a cereal crop, because the worker's going to get really confused about it. But if we go lengthways that way, it might do a better job. But even so, it is going to struggle. So the more we can do ourselves, the better. The only time a worker will be driving the harvester is when we're going to tip the sugar beet. Otherwise, yeah, it'll be us driving it. That way it also keeps the cost down too. So if we can get back to the gate before we're full, then that'll make it simple. I mean, it doesn't matter if we don't get to the gate. In fact, it's actually better, because we'd get more out of it. But yeah, it'd be good timing if we got to the gate at the time we're full. To be honest, it looks like we might get actually beyond the gate, going back over the top there. This video may not be too long, just because this is finishing off. This is the last field we need to do, so I'm not going to drag it out. This is the only job we have. When it's done, it's done. But yeah, Chellington has been so good. Through Farming Simulator 15, and obviously now it's been transferred to 17 as well. I have done a lot of episodes on here. Even as far back as the Christmas special 2015, I was doing Chellington. So yeah, it's been around for a while, but it doesn't get old. It's just, as I've said before, there are so many different maps that we need to try out. If we just stay on the same ones all the time, we're not really going to see them. So yeah, time moves on. Even if it is a bad thing, at the same time, it's going to be a good thing. So we're 60% full. Yeah, bad estimation there from me. I'll keep going until we are full. I don't want the worker messing it up. That'd be terrible. We'll just keep going down the headlands, and then we will unload. Wow, a lap since I last said we might get to the gate before it's full. We're still going. Yeah, I think it's because the capacity of this hopper, if you call it a hopper, is so big that it's just taken so long to fill. But if you look at it, really, in reality, we've only done a headland and a half, and we have got 44,000 litres of sugar beet out of it. That's not bad going. Anyway, I must stop. There we go. We'll put the conveyor belt out. I think it calls it a pipe. Yes, it does. But the conveyor belt just there. And we need to go to our Massey Ferguson, which is just here. The 7700 series. What is it to be exact? Oh, it's got a splat of mud over it. Is it a 7712? It could well be. Anyway, we've got a very good trailer here. High capacity. However, thinking about it, if that harvester is 45,000 litres in capacity, I don't think this trailer is far off that, so it's probably going to fill it. Sorry, car. Just realised at the last second how long it is. I was about to hit their dry stone wall. Right, so here we are. It would appear that the sugar beet is a very good crop to do, but I don't know the price of it per 1,000 litres. Might be interesting to see. So there it goes. I noticed they have fixed the filling up before its unloading problem, which they had in FS15. Good to see. I will just check the price of it. The price of sugar beet. Yeah, fairly poor. £231 per 1,000 litres. So yeah, wood chips, potatoes and sugar beet all seem to be fairly low in price. Wow, the trailer is the same capacity as the harvester. Interesting to know. Yes, I think what I'll do is I'll continue, and then once we've taken the third headland off, which we should be able to do before being full, we'll put it onto a worker just very quickly, just temporarily, and unload the trailer. However, at the moment I don't know where the unload point is for sugar beet. If there is no unload point, that could be an issue. I'll have to take a look off screen, otherwise I'll just be spending 5 minutes going, where is it? Where could it be? And then, yeah, it might not even be one. So I'll try and keep it as painless as possible, as usual. Now, is this bit here ready? There's just one thing about this field. I think it is, but it's got like a few bits in it which don't harvest, which is bizarre. I can only assume this end section isn't quite ready. We may have to come back to it, but the rest is ready. That is 3 headlands completed. So I'll try and put it on the worker now. The issue is, it tends to find its own course, which for some reason seems to be going diagonally across the field. So yeah, that's not going to work. We will have to do it ourselves. It's going to be slower, but at least we won't have to keep fixing the errors of the worker. We'll park it up here and then unload the trailer. Quite a heavy load. But that is a big trailer, so it's going to be pretty heavy. Now, let me find the storage point for sugar beet. It might be the case that you have to have a placeable store point. If that is the case, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll tip it into a pile. I'll then record how many litres of sugar beet we have, and then I'll add it into the next map via the XML file. Okay, so no, I couldn't find a sugar beet store point. There could be one somewhere, but yeah, I couldn't find it. So instead, we will just put it in a pile and just leave it really. There's nothing else I can do. It can go anywhere using tip anywhere, so I think an open fronted shed would be the best place to go, probably up here. Maybe there is even a store point up here. But as you can see by my tracks on the ground, I have looked around and I couldn't see one. But I could have just been blind as usual. We'll put it up here. You never know, it might fit. Yep, can't see anywhere else, so yeah, hopefully it'll fit in here. That's heavy. Very heavy. Wow. What about here? Any good? Weird. It doesn't want to tip it. Very strange. What am I doing? Right, okay, that is bizarre. It will only tip in certain places and then it keeps stopping. That is just going to have to do. It's not the place I wanted it, but at least we can tip it. And yes, I am recording how many litres we get. So that is the first 45,000 litres. Very good. There's going to be quite a few more of those. Let's continue the harvest. Okay, here we are. Let's unload. Also, yes, the mud splat has washed off a bit, and you can see it's a 7719. I think I said 7712, which was wrong. So that is a big tractor. We wouldn't want anything smaller on this trailer. Let's continue. It's about time. I'm going to go across this way, and the good job is, because we've got a brain, we won't be confused when we get to the top. The workers just seem to lack something in the brain department. Just something not quite right. Oh yes, that's going well. It's nice to use a big harvester. I don't mind the small harvesters for sugar beet, but not for a field of this size. This field isn't that big, but it would still take a while. So the section to the left of us, which I did go over before, definitely isn't ready to harvest. The reason why it looked like it was harvesting some of it but leaving the rest is because our wheels were destroying it. In actual fact, it wasn't harvesting anything at all. You can even see the section here, so we have to cut up here. It's a shame it's not ready. I think it's updating now. I'm hoping it is. We need to do this in daylight hours. Come on, update. It's not far off. This field is a mess. Such a mess. Okay, so time has progressed quite nicely. In fact, we have even spent a night doing this now, because I needed the crop to grow. It didn't grow until about 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, that's all done. I've tidied it up, it looks much neater. There is the odd missed bit, but it's okay. So we're now sort of rushing to get this done. I've got half an hour. Otherwise, the farmer who we're renting the harvest from is going to take quite a large chunk of money. So we need to be quite careful. So the trailer is full. That is trailer load number 2, which will mean a total of 90,000 litres of sugar beet. The harvester is 64% full. So yeah, we're getting so much out of this. It's very good. And that is what we have left to do. %96 full, and then once again we're going to have to unload. And technically this is trailer load number 3, as one tank fills the trailer. We're doing pretty well out of it. Right, off we go with this. Continue growing the pile. We'll add it to the pile. That pile is going to be pretty big by the end of all this. It just keeps growing. Back to the field to unload the harvester. That will be another full load. But before we empty it, I will obviously fill the tank again. Right, let's get it filled up. Okay, load number 3 is going. Load number 4 is waiting in the harvester. This is frantic. That pile is going to be so big. I don't know if it's actually calculating how much we're harvesting. It could be on the statistic page. If it isn't though, I can just calculate it. It's however many trailer loads we do times 45 basically, or 45,000 if you want to do it more precise, but yeah, just add a few zeros on the end and you'll get the same figure. Okay, so we're very close to the end now. I think we're going to get it all into the final load of the harvester, which would mean we will have 6 loads in total. Load number 4 is in the trailer currently. This is load number 5, and obviously the next load would be number 6. I doubt it would be a full load, but yep, we'll do the calculations properly, and whatever we actually get out of this field, we'll put onto whatever map it is going to be. I don't actually know what map it is going to be. We're not going to be starting it straight away. I'm actually going to extend the number of episodes per week of Cobra Farm and also Wexcombe Manor Farm, so there should be 2. But the interactive series will be returning in a few weeks' time. I just really need to progress a bit with the other 2 maps. Right, this is virtually full, so if I just reverse here and begin going back up again, we'll get the conveyor out, so it's all ready for us when we get back. Yeah, we've got not very long at all actually to finish this because, yeah, like I said, we cannot go over the 1 hour period. Although the farmer's generous, they're not that generous. Yeah, obviously we can go over an hour, but it would cost us like, I think it was 50-something thousand pounds per hour. Whoa. So yeah, we don't want to be paying that. That would actually put us into minus figures. We'd be a long way into debt, which would mean the sugar beet harvest was for nothing at all. Quickly get it unloaded. We need to finish very quickly. It's got currently 0.8 hours on it. Come on, stop rolling backwards. Never have I been in such a rush to finish a harvest. Luckily, one thing that's on our side is I don't think during the time that we're carting, don't think that is put towards any kind of lease or rental time. It is actually the hours of the machine, which is good to know. Otherwise it would be terrible. Okay, it's just clocked over to 0.9 hours, which I think would mean we have like 6 or 7 minutes left, which is putting the pressure on. Finishing this corner here could cost us £53,000. It seems stupid, but it's true. It actually could do that. Come on, quickly! We have to finish. There must be about 2 minutes left on this maximum. Wow, the pressure is on. I'm just going to get this bit here. It'd be too much of a gamble to go for the rest of it. Quickly put the conveyor out. I don't think we're going to be able to refuel it afterwards, which is a shame. We were supposed to. The farmer is going to be very angry. But so would I if we have to pay £53,000. And good, stop there. Oh, relax. Was that an overreaction? It might have been. If we could see how long we have left on it, it wouldn't be as bad. But I can't, so... Oh dear. Let's get this tipped. Load number 5. And then we'll see how much we get in load number 6, and I'll do the calculation. It is spilling out the front. There wasn't enough space at all. Impressive though, it does look very impressive. The problem with forcing the trailer back is it's going to just stop unloading as it runs out of space, so it has to spill out the front instead. Okay. Wow, that is a mess. And back to the field for the final load. Now in the game you don't have to have the harvester's engine running to unload. In real life you would, to power the conveyor belt. But it lets us do it without. So let's fill it up. In fact, that looks pretty full. I was too excited to look and see how full it was. But it certainly looks quite impressive. So there it goes. The final bit is out. So I would make that 251,102 litres of sugar beet in total. I'm impressed. Oh, and before we forget, let's just get that thing returned. It is on here. We are leasing it from the farmer though. But there we go. It's back, it's gone. And we still have £32,329. That could have gone catastrophically wrong. I even had to nip over the field for the last two. That was before I realised that it was counting the engine hours. It wasn't actually counting real time. But oh well. Yeah, that is impressive. For the next interactive map, we're going to have sugar beet coming out of our ears. We will have to visit the dentist. It should be sugar coming out of our mouths, not ears. What am I on about? So that's it for this series. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It wasn't a very long series just because we've done so many before. If you have enjoyed this series though, and you haven't seen the Farming Simulator 15 Chellington Farm series, it's definitely worth checking it out. There's a lot of episodes out there, even a multiplayer series. So take a look, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again, and bye for now.